Prophet ﷺ gave in the hadith is the ijtihad of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. He put in the effort to tell us this event and put it together for us so we understand it. فقال قالوا, this is what Abu Hurairah is saying, قالوا يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم فلانة تصوم النهار وتقوم الليل وتؤذي جيرانها. Said, Ya Rasulullah, Fulana, he called a person's name, she fasts during the day and she prays during the night, he does qiyam layl, but she causes harm to her neighbors. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم قال هي في النار, she is in the hellfire. قالوا يا رسول الله فلانة تصلي المكتوبات وتصدق بالأثوار من الأقط ولا تؤذي جيرانها. They said, Ya Rasulullah, Fulana, another person, she prays only the 5 prayers a day. And she gives charity بالأثوار من الأقط. Al-aqit is a type of cheese. It's cheap cheese basically. It's the cheese that you make by just boiling the milk a couple of extra times, and you end up. And athwar are small pieces. Jama' thawr, not as a bull, but as a small piece. And the word thawr in Arabic has a different linguistic backgrounds. So bil-athwari min al-iqdni, she gives very small amounts of charity. It's nothing fancy. She's not giving up large amounts of money. She's just a small little da'abil labana. You know, if you come from my part of the world, they make a small, a little bit of labani, and they put it in atramis, and then they bring it out for you during the miserable winter months to eat it every single night, and it turns into a piece of rock, and she still puts it on and you have to eat it until it's gone. Or you're gone. And she's giving away very small amounts. وَلَا تُؤْذِي جِيرَانَهَا, but she's good. She doesn't cause any harm. And the wording is not even that she's nice to her neighbors. No, the wording is that she doesn't harm them. That's the wording in the hadith. The wording in these things sometimes matters when it comes to these details. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم هي في الجنة. The way this hadith is set is just very concerning for those who understand why we're talking about this topic. Where, as if when he's listening, as if when the Prophet ﷺ is listening to what's being said to him, he's just looking for a word. If the word is there, then the consequence is there. Tu'zi, all right, that's where she's going. La tu'zi, all right, then that's where she's going. Right? Because when you look at the 2 examples, it's very specific, by the way, this hadith, where the first number of things that this lady is doing, the first lady, the things that she was doing, and then the second lady, the things that she was doing are not identical. It's not the same thing. They're actually quite different. Like the first one, she's doing more acts of worship, but causing harm. The other person is doing less acts of worship and not causing harm. And then the first one is being punished, the other one is not. Just to explain, and the actual acts of worship aren't exactly the same. To say that it doesn't really matter. You can mix it up however you want. It's the second piece here that we're talking about. Tu'zi, that's where she goes. La tu'zi, that's where he goes. Done. But all the stuff before it, mix it up however you want. Add whatever. What do you want to add? Add whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. We're looking at the second piece here. Tu'zi, la tu'zi. Do you cause harm? Do you not cause harm? And I am saying this to induce some degree or some level of fear in you. Like that's the point of me doing this. You're supposed to walk away feeling a little bit uncomfortable and feeling a little bit, what am I doing in life? Because that's what Islam is based on. That's what the Prophet ﷺ did. He made it very clear to us ﷺ, that you're not to do that, you're not to cause harm. And then somehow we drifted so far away from his hadi, ﷺ, from his character, from who he was, from what he taught, that this piece has lost its echo. Like it's no longer, where it is supposed to be on the priority list has not been preserved, and it's dropped a bit. And we don't look at it, we don't talk about it. If someone comes for, you're going to come for Salat al-Jumu'ah and block a driveway. You want to serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's ritual by harming another person. Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more likely to forgive your Jumu'ah if you don't attend it, than the person that you block the driveway will on the day of judgment. Like you're more likely to, if you don't attend Jumu'ah, to get his forgiveness for not doing it, than to get the forgiveness of the person that you harmed. And for it to be acceptable for a Muslim to serve a ritual, fulfill a ritual, or do any good deed while causing harm, for that to be acceptable is a problem, is a fundamental problem in how we see our deen to begin with. And obviously, you can do the ritual without causing harm. Obviously, if you're causing harm, it's because you didn't prepare yourself appropriately, and that's on you. You didn't make sure that you left on the right time. You didn't plan your day out, and that's on you. But the problem of us taking causing harm lightly, seeing it not to be a big deal. So what? So I made someone wait for a little bit longer. So I inconvenienced them. So what do you mean, so what? You're telling me you read the Quran and you listened to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and you think that's so what? How did you conclude that? I need to explain, how did you conclude this? How could you read all of this? How could you actually follow the Quran and the Sunnah and then see harm to be something that you can afford not to be very concerned about if you're causing it in your life or you caused it before in your life? And I think this hadith is just it's a monumental one, and it's a scary one, wallahi, in my opinion. And it also reminds us the importance of being kind to our neighbors, but you get the idea, inshallah. يروي الإمام أحمد في مسنده بسند صحيح عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قالوا يا رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أجمعين فلانة تصوم النهار وتقوم الليل وتؤذي جيرانها قال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم هي في النار قالوا يا رسول الله فلانة تصلي المكتوبات وتصدق بالأثوار من الأقط ولا تؤذي جيرانها قال صلى الله عليه وسلم هي في الجنة. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا وحبيبنا وقرة أعيننا محمد وعليه وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah, tomorrow Jumu'ah is 3:15 here at 1:30 at the encampment.